I have all kinds of memories of Russia. I mean, of course, when I was born, it was still the Soviet Union, which is a very unique place, as everyone knows. Probably looking back now, it wasn't an easy place to grow up in, but obviously at the time it didn't feel that way because everyone else was in the same situation. We were all there, we were all growing up together, so we're all in the same pot, and you know, it felt just normal to me because I didn't know any better. I didn't know anything else. This was the time of the Russian mafia, I guess. You know, the country, suddenly it was Soviet Union no more, and as a result, you know, there was madness going on. There was, you know, people getting killed all the time. There was cars blown up. You know, you always heard on the news somebody, you know, dying or somebody going into prison or getting out of prison. When we were growing up, and we didn't have any examples of, you know, good successful sportsmen or successful businessmen that weren't in some way related to that criminal activity. So when I was growing up, you know, that was my plan. You know, I wanted to be a criminal as well. I wanted to be a gangster. You know, my mom used to always tell me you need to go to university, but when I looked around, anyone that ever went to university, they had nothing. And the guys that drove Mercedeses and had nice cars and had all the money, they were the gangsters. So, you know, I very quickly kind of thought to myself, well, I mean, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I want to do. When I first came to Ireland, I didn't come directly to Ireland. We went to Argentina first. Didn't really know what to do, how to approach it. We got a dictionary, looked up 3 words, I look job, and we just went around the city from morning till night, knocking on every single door. It doesn't matter what it was, a cafe, a petrol station, anything, and just said those 3 words, I look job, I look job. And I don't think I've ever worked so much in my life, just saying those 3 words everywhere we could. My stepdad is a very good mechanic, and we walked into a place where they were fixing cars, and even though we couldn't really speak any language, you know, they would just point at the car and say, can you fix that? And you just say, yeah, this, yes, engine, yes. And they said, right, okay, then you start work, whatever, tomorrow. We kind of then had a bit of money and were able to survive, and things were a little bit better. Still not good, but you know, at least we had money for rent and food. After about 2 years of living there, you know, the bad luck kept following us, and another financial crisis happened, and this time in Argentina. So then we realized, right, we have to get out of here as well, and we kind of started looking around, and you know, at all the options available to us. And at the time, the Celtic Tiger was booming, and we knew there was many jobs in Ireland, and we thought, okay, we're going to try Ireland now. I remember my very first fight, which was amateur fight. It was in Derry. There was actually a funny story about that, because Conor was fighting on the same card, and he was the main event, and I was one of the first fights, just, you know, amateur fight, my first fight. And I remember when I got to a hotel, you know, they couldn't find my name for some reason, but you know, they had to sort me out a room, so ended up putting me into this suite, big room. And I remember Conor walking into my room and saying, what, how come you got this room? I was probably supposed to get this room. And they were just kind of laughing about this because he was stuck in only a tiny little room, and I had this big suite, you know, and this was my first amateur fight. But I remember the fight, you know, happening, and I was very calm, you know. I wasn't really nervous. The fight started, and I was doing my thing, and I ended up winning the fight by a 3rd round Kimura. And I was thinking, well, this is good, I could get used to this. I remember thinking, well, this is it, this is what I want to do. My first 12 weeks of fighting, I had about 4 fights. And I wanted more, you know, there was just no more fights out there available, because I kept asking who is there pullouts, is there any more shows? I'm ready to go, can I fight twice on the same show? You know, but 4 fights was the maximum I could do in the 12 weeks, so I took them all.